So, March was a weird month for me. I kind of slipped into a weird, uncertain headspace that led to me not really playing games that much. At the beginning I powered through Monster Hunter Wilds and had a fantastic time, but after that I just didn't know what to do. I looked at games I had started, games I had just bought, short or long playtimes. I just couldn't figure out what to do. At first I thought it was choice paralysis, but soon after I realised that wasn't the case, and I just felt my own life had kind of slipped away from me. But sometimes these things happen, and we just need to find our footing again and get back at it. So let's talk about what I got up to in March. Monster Hunter Wild dominated the first 2 weeks of March with everything it had to offer. I adored this game and I felt it's an incredible addition to the Monster Hunter franchise. I had a video recorded and half edited before I realised that I didn't catch my emotions correctly, and opinions I had earlier had changed since, so I decided to go back and work on that again with a more recent outlook. That video will be coming out in April, but my god, what a fantastic experience Wild was. It ticks so many crucial boxes to make sure that it's a fun experience. The combat feels amazing to take part in with flashy focus attacks and heavy hitting damage. Monsters are varied and look beautiful and detailed for each encounter, even the origami ones. And it plays amazingly with easy to pick up controls that feel tight and responsive from the get-go. Personally, I think Monster Hunter Wild is an incredible game that is going to have tons of content coming to it for us all to enjoy. Couch co-op seems to be pretty much dead these days. I mean, sure, there are games out there, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate has a local co-op, and a friend came to visit, so we ended up playing through that. I had no idea what I was getting into with Splintered Fate, but after a few runs and power-ups, I realised I was playing a game very similar to Hades. Hades mixed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had me won over so fast, with characters back and forth, the pizza-obsessed nonsense, and nostalgia for something I used to watch when I was little. Ran the game back to back, getting further and further until we beat Shredder, and that's when we really figured out how to build out our characters. A quick rundown: you take turtle powers that come with an elemental property. The other turtle powers can help boost previous powers and add additional effects. Take water for example. You take a water power and later on you can pick up turtle powers that allow you to apply freeze to slow enemies down when you hit them with water attacks. You can also take other elemental turtle powers, and in doing so later can find combo turtle powers which mix two powers together to give you a legendary power. Regardless, you run through these zones, meet new enemies with challenges that make runs harder, and it just becomes one of those games where you just keep running it back. It's very Moorish. A fantastic game with plenty to do and many challenges to overcome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate was a surprise hit for me, and I've enjoyed playing it since. After the likes of Wild and Splintered Fate, I wanted to try something a little different, something I would need to plan out and focus. Cue in Intravenous 2, the ultimate blend of tactical gameplay and immersive storytelling as you embrace the shadows in this stealth focus. Oh, that's a gunfight. Okay, so I'm not great at stealth games, and I never have been really, but I really enjoyed the top-down stealth shooter as I carefully observed the surroundings and enemy movements before deciding how I wanted to tackle the mission. Obviously you can switch up and change on the fly with choking out an enemy and throwing them in a bin to hide the body to remain undetected. Or drop anyone and everyone by snapping necks, gunning them down and throwing knives from the shadows. You have a bunch of other tools at your disposal that you can make taking care of enemies quiet and quickly completely viable. Gear up with modifying weapons and loadouts to tackle it how you want. Me personally, I enjoyed playing out the levels without using any saves at all and focusing on using a one life mentality. When guards would swarm in, I would do my best to retreat to the exit of a building while gunning down what I could handle without throwing my life away. And I found this style of play really worked for me. I've never been someone who needs to stealth perfectly, and I don't mind my mistakes coming to bite me in the arse later, because overall I don't want to spend hours perfectly learning the layouts of the first few missions to go completely undetected. I'm not a stealth buff, but I had a blast with this even if I played it as if it was like another game. This coke-huffing fever dream of destruction and carnage better suited my playstyle for sure. Was I good at it? No, not even slightly, but For pretty much most of my game time, I was in two states of thinking: how best to handle taking out everyone and what's going on. Confused is an understatement, and I'm sure the more you play, the more things will come together and make sense, but from what I played, I just had no clue, which is clearly done intentionally so you keep playing to figure it all out. A standout mission for me was I slaughtered a building worth of men, killed a huge security guard, and some woman yelled at me, so I rescued her and now she's just chilling in my apartment. The combat is frantic and only gets faster and harder as you progress through the game, and its difficulty ramps up with more enemies and more options on how best to manage through this game. It's basically the polar opposite of Intravenous 2, and rewards outrageous aggression with points that lead towards unlocking new weapons, masks, earning a grade that makes being a psychotic terror towards everyone around you the most rewarding option. Hotline Miami is brutal and dark as you bathe in the blood of any who linger where you arrive, but the gameplay is fun and pushes you to be the best you can in this high-octane synthwave fever dream. And that was March. All of these games you can jump on and get your fix, but some of them have a scoring system for you to come back and improve and get higher scores. Like I said, March was a weird month for me and it took most of it to even get my groove back with what I wanted to do. But now that I've kind of figured out what's next, I'm excited to work on some new things for April. So, fingers crossed April is a much better month. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day and or evening, and I'll catch you next time.